Maybe I should write a song about it so I can help understand what I feel about 40. I'm really excited to drink this coffee.
Look at that. The phone says set a timer for 4 minutes. Siri suggestions. It already knows. What the heck?
Oh yeah, it's going. It's going.
I don't know if you guys saw on our Instagram story. 3 weeks ago, we were driving across the country. This is not comfortable. And we were sitting in a Chipotle parking lot eating because it was closed. And we posted a picture of it. And some guy said, oh, obviously you're gonna get sick. And I was like, well, if it's so obvious, you wanna bet on it? So I offered to bet him 500 bucks. Of course, like a lot of keyboard warriors, he disappeared. He didn't really believe what he was saying. He was just typing it because it was easy at the moment. But a few brave souls said, I'll bet, and I gave a pretty generous bet. I said, if any one of our family members gets sick in 2 weeks, I'll pay up. And 2 people bet us coffee. And Scott, we didn't get sick for that 2 weeks. Scott from Maryland. Scott sent us this coffee because we won the bet and didn't get sick. So anyways, thank you, Scott, for being a good sport. And watch out what kind of shit you say online to us, because I'll bet it.
Fight for Together mugs available in our merch store. Link in description.
All right, let's try this out. Oh wow.
Good. Does it make you rise up?
It makes me rise up. It's different, I like it.
In 2 days, I turn 40. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. It's not as big of a deal, at least in some ways, as I thought it would be. Maybe I should write a song about it so I can help understand what I feel about 40. I guess that's getting older. It is kind of weird to not be in my 30s anymore. It definitely feels like a big milestone. I think I've done a lot of work in the last year of really accepting growing older and not seeing it as a negative thing. Seeing it as a positive thing, but mostly just seeing it as a thing. Like, it happens to everyone. It can be a neutral thing. Like, you don't have to put a judgment on it. I didn't expect to turn 40 in this type of circumstance where the whole world is shut down. I just plan on making the best of it, and I think we'll have a good time as a family. Part of me likes parties, and part of me is totally fine with not making a huge hoopla, inviting a bunch of people. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that, but I definitely want to make it special, like that day. I think 5 years ago, I would have been a lot more scared to turn 40. I don't think I could be at the wholeness version of who I am unless I lived for 40 years. I definitely feel a lot better, more confident, more happy, more fulfilled. I accept myself so much more. I accept life so much more than I did, say, when I turned 30. Oh man, what a difference a decade can make. That's crazy. I was so different 10 years ago when I turned 30. This is what maturing looks like. This is what growing old can look like. It can be a really positive thing. Yeah, I think using every year to better myself, to become more of who I am, to become more of a whole human, to embrace life and live life fuller. Wow. I can't wait to see where I'll be when I turn 50. The amount of change that's happened with me in the last 10 years happens in the next 10 years. I don't know if the world can handle it.
Okay, so tomorrow's my mom's birthday. It's her 40th birthday, which is really crazy. So old. And yeah, so I think she's come a really long way. And I'm really proud of her because there's been some really tough things that have happened in the last couple years. And what I like about my mom is she's really strong and kind and very courageous and open-minded, and I hope I can be a lot like her when I grow up. So happy 40th birthday, Mama. Love you. Hope you have a good birthday. Tomorrow is my mom's birthday, and I'm gonna share a few of the things that I really love and appreciate about her. She is super smart, but in a very unique way, and in a way that I don't think I've valued or still value enough, but that I've come to realize more and more as being really special and really just really wise and helpful to me as I've gotten older and the things I've been believing, and just as I've come to question things more. It's been really helpful to hear her experience with questioning things and then having answers and then having no answers to things and being okay with that. I really appreciate that about her. She's a great listener. I've learned a lot from her on just how to listen and how to empathize with people. Yeah, I really appreciate that about her. A lot of people can testify to that as well, as what a great listener she is. I think I've said this before, but it's one of the biggest character traits I have from her is I think we have a really similar sense of humor, which is pretty trashy. At least mine is. I think she's a lot funnier than I am. At least, yeah, in our family, she gets picked on a lot because of it, but she's also just super funny because of it too. So it works. That's pretty great. I really appreciate that how she's how humble she is, and how not domineering she is as a mom. I feel like I can really go to her with anything, and I really mean that. She doesn't radiate any sort of shame or you're weird or you're you need even if it's a problem, she's very optimistic about things, almost to an annoying point. She always sees the bright side of people. That's just something I think that I really appreciate, because I'm really sensitive to if I feel like anyone is trying to get over me or prove me wrong or I don't know, stuff like that. So it's cool. That contrast with her is cool, and I'm really grateful for it. The earliest memories I have of my mom, she was pretty different than she is now. What I remember of her from when I was maybe 6 to I don't know. I just remember her, she would clean a lot. She would be stressed out a lot, but she wouldn't she would on us, but she would just be stressed out herself. She didn't really do very many new ththings. She didn't she didn't exercise. She didn't pick up any hobbies. She didn't try new foods and stuff like that. And she didn't really talk a whole lot either. I remember being frustrated when I was younger because I would always want to get out of the house and go on field trips and stuff, and she didn't really like doing that either. And now it's crazy. She's so different, and she's such a role model, I feel like. And she writes songs, she ran marathons, she's Like, she talks fearlessly, and but she still like retains the like humility of like not knowing everything or not having to have all the answers. But she's not like afraid to speak her mind. I don't know, it gives me a lot of hope, because I feel like I'm in a really not knowing spot right now, and a really vulnerable and really weak just time in my life. It just gives me hope to see like how she once was, and when I knew her when I was like 6, to see how she is now. And I don't know, so it gives me a lot of hope and encouragement. I'm really glad she's my mom. I can't wait to just like become closer to her in like all the different ways. Even as I've just grown older, we've just been able to connect on like new levels, and I just can't wait for it to become more that way. She's 40. That's crazy, but it's also not, because she's like super smart and wise and stuff. So anyways, happy birthday, Mama. I hope it's a good one.
Some of my favorite things about my mom are she's one of my favorite people to talk to. She's really good at listening, and she's also really good at giving advice, but not in a way that's like enforcing it on people. She's good at sympathizing with people. She's really encouraging, which is something that I didn't think that people could be bad at and people could be good at, but if it is, my mom is really good at encouraging. I think I'm not as good as she is, and not in like a fake way. She like is super honest, but at the same time she's super encouraging. One of the things that's been really cool for me to see is her consistency with writing songs and then recording them and then putting them out on her Instagram, because that to me is really brave. That's something that, first of all, she hasn't been doing for very long, and she didn't grow up doing stuff like that at all. So to watch her say, okay, this is something that I want to do and I'm going to do it, and then actually do it, is pretty amazing to me. I love you, Mama. Happy birthday.
I really like my mom because she's super laid back, and she really likes doing things for people. Every once in a while she does something really nice, like get someone something, like she'll get Dove drinks from Starbucks or food for me or something. Happy birthday, Mama.
Cammie's my best friend. She has supported me emotionally and practically for 20 years through a lot of stuff. We've moved a lot of times. We've lost everything that we had. We've lived off of nothing. We've lived off of everything. What I appreciate about Cammie is that she's very simple. She appreciates small things. She doesn't get like oohed and awed by like large numbers or brand names or fancy looks. She just is what you see. She's very honest, she's very kind, she's very pure, and she's been the best travel companion for me that I can imagine. I've lived a crazy life of change and growth, and Cammie has been there every step along the way, wanting to grow, being willing to change, being willing to explore new areas and new beliefs and new practices. And I know that is, like, personality wise, a scary thing. I know this is gonna come across weird, but I don't really care because it's true. When we got married, I kind of thought Cammie was dumb. I mean, she thought she was dumb. Like, she didn't know basic math, and she didn't know how to like cook or do stuff But it wasn't intelligence, it was confidence. She didn't have any confidence. And because of that, what came across was she wasn't able to do things because she was afraid and scared. And there's a lot that we could get into as to why that is, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, watching her change for the last, especially 3 to 5 years, but you know, it's been the entire time, maybe 10 especially. It's like I'm married to a different woman. I have a new friend who is bold and confident and brave and so smart and so intelligent in ways that neither of us knew, because now she's just not afraid anymore. There's no one that I would rather have by my side and helping me raise our kids and watching her love our kids and go on adventures with than her. So Cammie, I hope you have a happy birthday. I know it's hard because we're very limited on how we can celebrate. But you mean the world to me, and I've appreciated it so much. I think you know that, but happy birthday. Fast forward, time warp, 2 days into the future. It is Cammie's birthday.
Ooh!
Welcome to your 40s. The kids made breakfast. They woke up early.
Yep.
This is homemade banana bread French toast with some amazing brown sugar drizzle on top of it. It's
Try a bite.
really
You
good.
gotta show them on camera because that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It melts in your mouth.
Mama, I'm hungry. I want
Oh my gosh.
food.
Yeah.
And we got Cammie's favorite food. Cammie likes like no pulp orange juice, cantaloupe. Oh.